Yo, what up, Survivor Nation? Welcome back to the Overkill Underground. Here we are, episode 9 of our Survivor series. That's right.
Yes, good episode.
And let me, of course, introduce my special guest, Professor Lance.
Professor.
Good seeing you again.
That's
Wow.
right. That's right. Professor Lance.
Wow.
That's correct.
I'm going by the professor now.
And Dr. Doug. Let's not forget about our PhD
Double D's out there.
in the house.
Plus size. What's
In
up,
the
Survivor
house.
Nation? Love you guys.
What's going
Love you guys.
down?
Love you.
Beautiful. So here we are. I mean, we basically started the reward challenge. We had the sit down, of course, after the morning after they do the vote. And, there wasn't really a congratulations to anything. Michael Plain idols or
Very
you're still
docile,
here
yeah.
and right everything kind of like well, you're still here and
Right.
and whatever. So
But
Kellen was like crying for this reward to happen right
Yeah.
before it began. She's been an emotional, not a wreck, but she's been very high strung.
yeah.
Kellen has?
Oh yeah. Yes.
Kellen
Yeah.
started out kind of high strung throughout the episode. She's on top of the game. She feels like,
Yeah.
for whatever reason,
She feels like she's running the show.
I wouldn't go that far. I'd go
Not
to
quite, yeah.
feeling comfortable within her alliances.
she's feeling
she's trusting people here.
comfortable.
Yes.
Sure. And so we basically get in to the reward challenge. Donathan is sitting out because there's
Yeah.
11 people here. We got the other 10 contestants going into this thing.
They did the playground pick.
They did
Yes.
right. They did
With
yeah,
the bow,
They
they
did
did-
that.
yeah.
Sure.
And Donathan doesn't get to go on
No.
reward.
He doesn't go on reward. Yeah.
His options are basically nothing.
Limbo.
So he's out of anything
Yeah.
versus reward Ghost Island, and we break in. Basically, it ended up being a puzzle challenge.
Yeah, they had the boat.
They get right.
The two guys had to start rowing and then free people from cages on platforms on this boat. So they would row with the boat, right?
They're coming up right.
Right.
They're holding onto the platform, trying to get, and then they make their way up. They get
Dominic lost control of the boat.
Yeah,
It was hilarious.
Dominic
It was hilarious.
Dominic lets it
Because
float
you couldn't
off.
swim. You couldn't swim.
Yeah.
You had to jump.
No matter what,
Right,
You
yeah.
had to be kind of part of the boat. They get up to
That's funny.
the thing. They
Dominic.
they start doing the puzzle.
Yeah, they had like decoy pieces. Like
There was a couple extra pieces in the puzzle that they had to put together.
Dom was like, they got decoy pieces. Yeah. And
Oh,
I
he
thought he
picked
was
up on
full
it.
of crap.
He knew about
I
it,
thought
right.
he was full of crap too. I'll
I
give
did
him
it.
that.
Yeah, I did too at first.
I was
I'm
like, there's no
How are
way.
they going to
Yeah.
do that? Yeah, they're going to
Hogwash.
just throw some miscellaneous
Yeah.
pieces in here. I didn't think so, but
But
there
they did.
was by the time they finished. So they end up finishing up. The reward was a picnic type setting with a helicopter
Yeah.
ride.
Bread, brownies,
Beautiful.
some cold
Yeah.
cuts.
Oh, the scenery, right? They
Yeah.
fly in like it's
Helicopter.
Jurassic Park.
I mean,
Right.
the drinks were ice cold at the challenge, but then they had to pick that crap up and then ride
They had to walk
helicopter.
it. Yeah, they had to walk it
To
through.
the,
Right.
to the helicopter, then go to the eating spot. So it was Jeff didn't even give him a cooler. Give me some ice in a cooler, Jeff.
Right.
Yeah.
Give me some
Something.
suds, right? We were talking about
A
that.
lid.
Yeah.
Give me a
At
lid
least.
for this class.
Just they gave him a blanket
Yeah.
with the flies to gather on.
Sand
something
floating
great,
all over
Jeff.
everything.
Yeah, Jeff, you're killing me here.
I know, right?
Starving.
Oh my god.
But, they're eight. What at the reward? There wasn't really a big chit chat. I don't really remember anything significant.
There wasn't
really.
anything major. I mean, I think Angela was, or not Angela. Kellen was kind of. She felt comfortable with where she was at. I don't think she wanted to talk a whole lot
Yeah.
as far as what their game was concerned,
Yeah.
because they were, I think, basically trying to go. Everybody's sticking with Navidi, and
Yeah.
everything's
Malolo.
going to kind of
Navidi
say the
and Malolo.
same, right? Everything's going.
Yeah, but what's her name? We forgot to say. What's her name? Because the reward happened, but they said instead of choosing to send someone to Ghost Island, they drew rocks.
They
and
drew
they sent,
rocks again,
what's her
right?
name?
Angela.
Ange.
They send Angela
to Ghost,
Ghost
which
Island.
we have to get to. But
Right.
but more stuff happened at camp. I don't know, Charlie, what you want to go over. Right, first.
We're basically there. No,
You know.
we're basically after the reward challenge.
Yeah.
They draw rocks.
Yeah.
They send Angela.
Bye-bye.
The reward
Well,
happens, right?
Yeah.
And on the reward, Sebastian, Mike, Jenna, Kellen, Chelsea, they're all sitting there.
Yeah.
Kellen's not saying a whole lot, but Kellen's also in the belief that Chelsea's with her.
Yes.
Well, of course she is.
So she
Yeah.
feels
And Jenna's out.
She feels right. Jenna's not
Mhm.
not really part of
Michael's
the
not a
clique.
part of anything. She wants
Michael's
Michael
not
gone.
a part of it, right?
Angela wants, or Kellen wants Michael gone.
Sure.
So she's not going to talk to him.
Yep.
So she's only going to talk to Chelsea.
And they
Right.
don't have much to say.
Chelsea wasn't
Right.
on
There's
that
nothing.
reward.
There's not much to
They
say.
don't have
we're,
much to
we're,
say.
we're on board.
Right.
Yeah.
There's nothing to discuss.
That
We're
was
not
the
backside.
reward group. Yeah.
Right.
That's the reward group. But like,
And Seabass, I mean, honestly, I just don't think he's just kind of floating along. He does.
He's in a good position.
Yeah, he's flying
Yeah.
He's
so
hanging out.
low under the radar.
Right.
but the downside to that is
You don't get
the
any
jury
votes at the
is
end.
real. Yes. He's riding some coattails here.
He's
that
really
we
not
like
doing
to
a lot
say
of
it,
talking at the jury.
Yeah.
You-
There
you-
He's
isn't
at
much.
a good point to do that right now.
Yeah. Yeah. He
yeah,
is.
There's enough players in the game.
Right.
You can focus on some other players.
Hide
Let
in
me
the long
hide for a
grass.
second.
Yeah.
Let me examine my own
Sure.
game. Let me
Right.
Let me
while
get down to
sitting-
6 or
while
7
I'm gonna
before I
sit
start
back
spouting
here-
my mouth off.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Right.
It's
Nothing
a
wrong with
good
that.
move.
Absolutely.
It's
No,
a
it's
good
not.
move. He's a
It's-
good competitor.
It's a good position to be in.
Right.
In
right.
the meantime, right.
Well, then Ange goes to Ghost Island, and she hits the thingy.
She breaks open the little porcelain whatever thing, and she's got.
We thought it would be cool.
And
Yeah.
right, we're okay. She's got game here. She can continue on, and she ends up opening up her game.
There were 3 choices, right?
Oh.
So
She had
they
the
had
3
like
choices.
she could pick one and open one, and one said like no vote, and the other said like idle or something, and then there was another one with an
Right.
advantage, and she had
Whatever
3
it
of
was,
them,
yeah.
right?
And
then,
she picked and she lost.
Yeah.
And she, of course, she pulls through with the no vote,
Yeah, but
which you when you're on Ghost Island, you got to make that gamble.
of course
I
you do.
mean,
Of course.
Every time you're there to play.
there's not a doubt.
Yeah, you have to be.
that you
You're
have
there to play.
You can't sit
you
out.
got to play the game.
Yes.
I mean, there's just you really don't have another choice.
Right.
But
The
yeah,
big stuff here. Now this is the big stuff.
you're right. No, we're right. We're getting into basically.
Well, while they're on reward,
Wait,
what's going on back at camp?
Wait. Yeah, this is good because
That's the good stuff.
Michael says to Donathan, he says, "I'm going to look for an idol." And Donathan says, "Well, I'll come with you." Well, obviously, right? So they go
Well,
looking. They go looking.
Well, we got first we have
Yeah, before you get to
Laurel.
that.
Laurel gets in with Dominic, and this is when things all really start
She's
to take
been
place.
with Dominic for a while.
Right, but
Yeah.
she comes and reveals, and she's been with the girls, in a sense. You can almost it's almost like a voting block, like we used to see, but where it was the girls, it wasn't notified as the girls team or
Well,
anything,
it was,
but it wasn't exactly a girls alliance, but they did have a set of votes that they had planned out. And
Yeah.
in this particular instance, Laurel didn't really want to go along with what Desiree was spouting.
well, she wanted to get rid of one of the girls.
She wanted to get rid of Kellen.
Right.
And so,
And she said something to
Laurel comes over
and
to
Donathan.
Dominic. And Laurel, of course, she is more comfortable with Dominic. I think she sees herself going throughout the game with Dominic. Dominic's obviously with Wendell. So we have that trio going on. And then Donathan also gets pulled into this because he knows what's going on.
Sure, he does.
So she reveals that she doesn't reveal the girls' alliance, but she does reveal the fact that
The 3 of them have
Desiree.
been, right.
Desiree and Chelsea and
Kellen all been voting together.
right, they've been voting
Yeah.
together, but
Yeah.
now
They need the Manalo.
now Kellen's
tribe
on the outs.
for some support.
and
They got to go to
as
these
far
people.
as far as Kellen knows, she's tight with these girls. I mean, she is not believing a word that Dominic is saying.
Yeah.
She doesn't want to hear it.
Right.
Right.
You know, that's
Right.
the whole thing too. Is
And she wants Michael gone.
she believes in what she has going. She wants Michael gone.
Right.
Absolutely. And
Hey, but
so
did-
she and Des thinks she's also sitting there with the backing of the Malolo so she thinks.
This is the battle of the queen
She's
bees.
against- she's
this
against-
is queen bee battle here.
It's
Yeah.
queen bee battle
I don't
set
even
up.
think it was a queen bee
It's set up
battle.
against Navidi.
Who's-
you know,
right,
it's also
right.
set up to be against Navidi in a way.
Getting Wendell and Dom to teeter a little bit. They've been on this pedestal
for a few days.
right? And,
Sure.
and Dez is making an attempt to teeter that support, that structure right now. She's trying to rock the boat. We're
As she
trying
should.
to shift the game. I mean, it's
Not
a
a bad
big
idea.
move.
It's a good idea.
Big move, right? Because we see Wendell and Dom running this game, right?
Right.
And they're making decisions, right? And that started with the big man, what's his name, Adam or whatever, got voted out, right? So
See, I think Kellen's playing her game wrong. If she was smart, she would have she'd keep Chelsea, Dez, bring Michael aboard, and try to get out the other two big dogs.
yeah, but
try to get out Wendell
Kellen
and
got wind
Dominic.
that Dez wanted, which I'm not sure right now because
but that's
Dez
Dez's bad move.
Dez wanted to get Kellen out. This is the only way I can put it together because Dez was saying something about getting Wendell and Dom in some sort of jeopardy or voting them out, and then somehow it turned to Kellyanne or
Kellen.
Yeah,
Kellen.
and then and
So
then
then-
the sights have been put on Michael for quite some time. She's in real belief that there's no way the girls can be against her at this point. I mean,
Or at least Dez. But she's hearing two different stories.
true,
One
and
from
she's
Dez, one from Laurel.
right.
Yeah, one's a blatant lie, and I think that's what happened. I think that Dez is just completely
Well,
she's lying.
Let's face it.
There's no two stories. There's a lie, and then there's the true story. I mean,
Right.
everybody was like, I don't know which side to choose. Well, one person was telling you a lie. Even Jeff was saying something like, well, we have two stories here and two truths or whatever. Well, there's only one, and it's blatant. I mean, it was blatant, and people, they saw through it. but-
It ended up being
because
pretty
she's
obvious.
a terrible liar.
Right.
She's a terrible
well,
liar.
she freaked out. Yeah.
She's
I
when
think
you start
Dominic
yelling
saw
at
through
people
that.
and cutting into
Sure.
every one of Laurel's conversations with people.
Because Dez goes up
Are
to
we good? Are we good?
Yeah,
We're good?
Dez
Yeah.
goes up to Laurel and Dom talking, and she's like, well, I'm done talking about this. I'm done talking about this. This is what I have to say. I don't want to hear anybody else's opinion because she's lying about it. Then she goes to Kellen at the water hole there.
She doesn't want any more of a story being
Yeah.
brought out. I mean,
Right.
as far as she's concerned, this
let's
is what
squash
happened.
it.
Never
Squash
said nothing like that.
Right.
These guys are
backtracking.
against me.
She goes in the interview. It blew up in my face. Okay, so now you're scrambling. Essentially, you're scrambling.
Oh, yeah.
It's on.
Right.
But
Now you're feeling the pressure.
right.
Well, Laura was just calm and cool the whole time, going, "I'm sorry, you lied to me.
Totally,
You're lying."
yeah, totally right. And then Donathan chimes in. I was there for the conversation.
Yeah, Kelsey says nothing. Kelsey even stands there with Kellen and Dez in a conversation
Chelsea, yeah.
Chelsea.
in the beach or in the
Yeah,
woods.
she doesn't
and
say
she
nothing.
doesn't say nothing.
Right, she
She's-
laughs it up. She
yeah.
she tells a couple jokes.
Yeah, completely walking the line there.
She's right.
Huge. Oh my goodness.
No.
I don't know who she voted for tonight.
Poker
Dez.
face all the
She
way.
voted
Oh,
for
yeah.
Dez.
She
Wow.
yeah,
She threw her
because
right
she
under
had-
the bus.
She had no other choice at this point in time. I mean, it was so obvious. You don't even want to be part of Dez or any of her collusion, if I will.
So who were the two
To
the two people that voted for Michael
Were Dez?
and Kellen?
yeah, Dez. Well,
I don't.
no, Kellen definitely voted for.
She went for Dez because she got word of the
Yeah.
voting for Dez.
Was it Chelsea?
Chelsea voted for Michael.
She
There
might
was
have
two
voted.
people.
Yeah.
Yeah, there were two votes. And Chelsea might have, gone down with the ship there on that one.
Bad move.
Yeah, it was a bad move because she was holding her tongue the whole time. She didn't pick sides
True.
at camp
No,
at
she
all
did
Yeah.
not pick
until the
sides.
vote.
No.
And then while all the whole conversation with Des, I got to say this: that idol thing was found because I love the
Oh
flashbacks.
yes.
And Michael and Donathan
And
are
that
looking.
was right. That was the very that was day 26. After all the chaos kind of happened, that's when Michael and Donathan are both. I think they're still feeling like they're at the bottom here.
Yeah.
Not Donathan so much, but Michael feels he's at the bottom. He mentions the fact that there's probably an idol floating around. Let's go look for it.
Yeah,
And he makes it a
talks to
team thing.
Donathan, yeah.
Donathan's thinking, I need to get out here as well.
Right.
Sure. I'll help
He
you
does
with
end up
that.
finding a clue to half the idol, which is from the previous season. Scott
Yeah, that was
it ended
that
up
was a
being-
cool flashback. I
Season
like
was
that.
already
Yeah,
tried.
that
That
was
was
awesome.
That was a good
Yeah.
season there.
Yeah,
too.
that
was a
one of the
great
better ones
season.
for
Braun
With
Ty.
Ty.
Ty was in there.
Yeah, 15-minute. Yeah, it was
Scott
good.
Pollard.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Oh, yeah.
great
Braun
season.
Beauty and
Brown Beauty and Brains.
Braun Beauty
Yep.
Brains.
That was a
Browns,
good
Beauty, Brains.
season.
Great
Yeah.
season.
Yeah,
Love that
we had
season.
villains, we had good guys.
Oh, yeah.
That was beautiful.
Right,
Yeah.
it was. Yeah,
That
I
was
love
a
that
great-
flashback.
That was a great season.
What
But
was Ty? Was he in the Beauty?
Ty was in the.
He was in the Beauty.
yeah, I think he was. He
He
was
was
because he had a
beautiful.
beautiful spirit.
Beautiful
yeah,
mind.
he's
Beautiful
like
spirit.
he's
Beautiful
like bamboo.
mind.
I
Yes.
bend,
Yeah.
but I don't break. yes.
yes.
Yes, he was like
yes,
bamboo.
he was like bamboo.
Yes.
I like
He-
bamboo.
Yeah. Well,
he
Donna-
bends but doesn't break.
Yeah,
Yeah,
right.
it was beautiful. Yeah.
Jonathan finds the one half of the idol,
Yeah.
and
true.
then he's got to go back to
he
camp
knows
or
right. He
something.
knows where the other half
Yeah,
is at.
yeah.
It clearly notes that it's hidden underneath their camp.
Yeah.
Right.
There it is under the bed.
Right.
And he's sitting there. He's got all eyes on him. He's trying to kind of dig away and
Right.
find it, reach through the bamboo poles, and
and he brings the entire Malolo tribe
Well,
with
leave,
him.
So,
leave it
yeah.
to the gay guy to go, hey, everybody, I'm looking for the
Hey.
idol.
Yeah,
Yes.
yeah. He's like right. I mean,
After this, we're going to
Hey,
the
y'all.
club. Yes.
Hey, y'all.
here we are. Yeah.
I'm
Yes.
looking for an idol. It's right under here.
Yes.
It's right under my butt.
Yes.
Anybody else want to help look?
Yeah.
And it seems
Michael?
right.
Michael, put your hand under my butt.
Yeah, right. It's perfect. It was like Ty all over again.
It was, yeah,
With
totally.
a little less soy sauce.
He got right.
I like
He-
Donovan.
he-
He's a good
he-
player.
He is a good guy.
He didn't have the patience
Yeah.
to just wait it out a second.
Yeah.
So everybody's kind of I mean, not everybody, but he does collect a little group, and he's telling
Yeah.
everybody, hey, I got to look for this idol here. He starts digging away. He ends up finding the other half,
Uh-huh.
and so now Donathan's carrying the idol, which is, I mean, it ends
curse
up being
or
the other
the-
right. It could be either serve for the good, because Scott ended up going home with his.
The only reason it's a
So-
curse is because there's so many people he told.
Right.
It wouldn't be a curse if he had scooped that up right away and made the
Which
idol.
is something we
right
talk
there.
about very
Right.
often. You
Right.
you really got to keep your mouth
That
shut.
is number one rule between
Number
the
one
doctor
rule.
and the professor
Number one
and
rule.
Charlie. Survivor Nation. You do not tell anybody.
Do not speak
Yes.
Yes.
of the idol.
Yes.
You don't speak of the idol, and don't give your opinion when somebody asks
Right.
you.
Right.
Ask,
That's
when
it.
they
Yeah,
ask
yes.
you your opinion,
You
you
ask-
say,
You.
man, I think they're all great
Yeah.
people.
Yes.
What do you think?
Positivity.
What's right?
Who
what's
do you
your
want to
idea?
vote out
Yeah.
first? You
I
ask
think-
me.
Yeah, man.
Right.
What do you think of that Dominic and Wendell? They're a power couple. Who would you
Yeah.
like to get out
Yeah.
first?
Yeah, right.
Man, I think they're great guys.
Yeah.
I don't
Good-
care.
good dudes.
What,
right.
do you, what do you think?
Yeah,
What do
you
you
asked me
think?
first. Well, you go first.
Yeah.
yeah. You first.
Yeah.
I don't want to.
Right.
You show me
Exactly.
yours
Survivor
first. I'll show
Nation
you
rules.
mine.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
it.
Yeah.
You bet. So we go into the immunity challenge.
Mm. Oh,
And-
I wanted to make one
and-
before you get
Yeah,
to
go.
that.
No, go ahead.
You know, there was a point
Go
I
ahead.
wanted to make. I think Kellen's hair looks better when it's pulled up.
Really?
Jeez.
Really?
Oh, jeez. Well, your hair looks good
Are you
tonight.
kidding me?
Your hair looks really good tonight.
They had,
yeah.
thank you.
Yeah.
But she had to make that point, and they had to air that. Her walking by, going, "What do you think? My hair looks good down."
And
should I
right
be-
as
should
she's
I pull it
walking,
up?"
right as she's walking
Jesus
by.
Christ. Who gives a shit?
No, you know what I loved
That's-
about that scene is it was
Real.
something we don't see
was
a
real.
lot of.
It was
it
real.
Was it was
real.
It was a legit cameraman just sitting by the camp, which they probably have.
I agree.
Right.
Donathan's sitting there like,
Yeah.
all paranoid, like looking
Yes.
stupid. She just walks by, happens to say, "Hey, does this look better?" Blah 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 blah. Like whatever. Who
Yeah,
cares?
right. He's-
It doesn't really matter.
that was
but,
a window there. Yeah.
and it really was. It was kind
It
of
was
it was
legit.
the other side.
You're right.
I
It was
mean,
real.
you
It
go
was real.
through-
Real nonsense.
You only go
It
through
was.
so much, right? And
But
you
we don't
only
see
go.
that.
No, we don't, and we only see so
it
much
was fresh air, to be
nonsense.
honest. I
It was
really
fresh-
liked
No,
it.
I'm-
When
I'm
Charlie
glad-
said that, Charlie,
Well,
I give
that's
you
why
credit.
I wanted
That,
to bring it up.
yeah, that
was totally-
was awesome.
You're welcome. I brought it up.
No,
Because,
I'm glad you mentioned that because it's true.
Yeah,
Yeah,
but a cameraman probably does sit at camp
I'll
and
tell you
just
what.
films people to make nothing
Sure.
obvious, right?
I'll tell you what.
So
I
they're
like that.
just walking around.
I like that better than seeing somebody telling their sob story and crying.
yeah, me too. We did not have
I'd
a
rather
crier
see
this
that.
week. Yeah.
No, we didn't. There, and that's true too. We did not actually see any
I
tears
haven't
shed.
seen a lot
Yeah.
of tears shed in
Which
the last
was-
couple weeks.
Yeah,
There's
Which
no
is nice.
criers. It's been great.
We are getting
been-
through.
yeah. We're
We're getting
Yes.
through. No.
It's the
Yes.
survival
Somebody's
of the
watching.
fittest. The strongest players are gonna
Nobody wants
pull
to see
through.
criers.
Nobody's gonna deal
No.
with criers. At
There's
this
no
stage in the
crying
game.
in Survivor
There's no crying in baseball.
or
Not-
Survivor.
Not at this point in the game. I
Right.
mean, So we do get into this immunity challenge, and one of the things about immunity challenges is you either have
After the professor has a heart attack over here.
easy professor UK over there. Take another drink.
I'm not giving you mouth to mouth.
So when we enter into an
Excuse me.
immunity challenge, you can expect a couple different things.
Yeah.
You can expect that there's going to be some kind of grueling physical
Yeah, endurance.
drainage, endurance.
How much
There's
do you
going to
want
be
it?
some kind of mental, just where you have to kind of push through
The art of attrition to
make it.
battle through and stay focused.
And then you see the combination of the two, and this is kind of where this pulls together. I think strength mentally and physically in such a challenge where they basically had a 1 foot round circle,
Yeah,
one and a
piece
half
of wood.
Sphere.
1.5 foot round circle,
piece of wood.
balancing the ball, pulling on the ropes.
Yeah.
Was there a strategy to that exactly? I mean, I everybody was kind of leaning back on it.
Yeah. Right. Everybody
I
had
didn't
the
see
same
a- I
strategy.
didn't- right, I
bet
didn't
you
see a-
Joe's
I didn't see a
strategy.
big difference in strategy.
Did Joe
as
do
far
that
as
back
anything
in-
to make it easier?
Michael was doing something a little different. He seemed to have the holding the ropes up, but not quite as
not tight.
tight. Right.
So standing there
Standing there and kind of balancing
rather
them
than
up.
pulling back.
Right. That was
And I
his
saw a
strategy.
mixture of that.
Yeah.
I saw a mixture of that.
Yeah,
I
Seabass
saw
was
some
doing
people were
something
standing
like
there.
that.
They had the ropes taut,
Mm-hmm.
Right.
and I saw a couple. Wendell, Wendell was another one that he also just was kind of standing there,
Right.
wasn't really leaning back on it. Chelsea, I think she was one of the strong leaners.
Yeah.
Yeah,
was
oh,
leaning
she
back
was
all the time.
laying back
Oh,
on
yeah.
those ropes, pulling them tight.
A lot of the women
Which,
were leaning back.
Maybe that's where the strategy was
Mm.
in it for the women, because it possibly
I thought holding it out
and I
was
and
my
I
idea.
I
because
thought- right,
it
I thought about
balanced-
what
That
you were
is a
saying.
lot of strain.
it's a lot of strain.
That is a ton of crap on your ass, right? At the shoulders and all that
it's
stuff.
keeping
These guys
your
are
arms
doing
apart,
this. Yeah.
right? Keeping your arms apart is the extra muscle.
I mean, sure, you want
I
it.
can
Okay,
see a
if you want
fatigue
to, yeah,
quickly
if
through
you want to
that.
do this sacrifice, you got more control. But you are giving up the endurance now.
You are.
You're
Yeah.
suffering.
yeah,
You're
I
right
think
in
so.
it.
I think so.
You are.
You know, and the women are doing really well in this in
A
these
lot
challenges.
of the
3 in a
challenges.
row,
They've
I
won
think.
3 in a row.
Yeah,
You're right. 3
Jeff
in a
said
row.
that. You know,
True.
I mean, they had all those people drop like within like 2 minutes or something.
Yeah, no kidding, right?
Within the first minute, they lost.
Yeah.
They lost 5 out of 11.
Dropped right out.
Yeah,
Yes.
Jeff would say, "Oh, this person's dropping out." I bet you that when somebody hears that, you just start to shake and then you lose concentration. It's over.
Yeah.
Jeff
Jeff is the,
talking. He's just
Gosh.
babbling on. You're trying
Yeah.
to pay attention. What you're
Right.
doing is you're focusing,
Right.
and you're focusing while listening to Jeff talk.
yeah, because you want to
You're-
hear the 30 seconds
You're
left or
hearing
something.
people
right?
drop
yeah.
off.
Yeah.
As you hear people drop off, different things are going on for different people.
Oh, and he's
Obviously,
spitting them all out.
some people are building their confidence. Yes, I'm making it.
Wendell, great
I'm
recovery.
I'm moving up.
A
here.
second later, he
Somebody
dropped.
else just
Wendell is
dropped
out.
off. Right.
Yeah.
That's just it.
We're great recovery by Wendell. Oh wait, he's gone.
Right.
Okay, wait, go sit down.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, people were dropping like flies, and even when Dominic went down, it looked
Yeah.
like he looked over at Jeff.
Oh,
like
he
dirty
just-
look like to say, "Jeff, will you shut
What
the fuck
the
up?"
hell?
Yeah.
Right.
STFU.
Come on. Yeah. So I don't know that there was a perfect strategy for that, but it ended up working out for Chelsea.
Yeah.
Because she was leaning back on that thing. She had him pulled tight, and she won.
Yes, she did.
By the end of it, she was shaking like a leaf on a tree,
Right.
Seabass was holding it.
and he was doing great. He really did good. Once that ball starts to move, you're in big trouble.
Yeah.
It
I mean,
is.
that's all there is to
Yeah.
it. That's where
You ain't saving
You
that
can't
one.
when you got to pull it back in.
when you
and
pick it up too high and it starts going back too
You-
far, and then you drop it,
you just-
it drops too fast, and the ball
it
drops off the front.
too-
Goodbye.
It's tough.
I mean,
yeah.
you really have to
Goodbye.
keep that thing level.
If the speed of that ball just picks up a little bit,
Right.
game
It's over.
It's
Right.
game over.
Yeah, right.
You
So
gotta Keep that ball slow.
We end up getting. I don't think there wasn't too much of a congratulations to Chelsea. Usually, there's a little more of a. I mean, there's a little pat on the back here when they got back to camp. It wasn't a big deal, you know.
Jeff was get the hell out of
Nobody-
here.
yeah,
Get back
nobody-
to camp and
nobody
yell
really-
at Des.
I don't think anybody really gave too much
Yeah,
care
there weren't two
that
giggles about it.
Chelsea got the immunity challenge
Yeah.
one, but that's when Des starts blowing up her game.
Yeah, yeah.
When they get back from the immunity challenge, she's
Well,
getting,
because I'm sorry,
Laurel.
not
Yeah.
Laura. Because
Well,
Kellen wants to get to the bottom of
at this point
so
in
she
time,
pulls Des to
Right.
the side and says, "What the hell's going
right.
on?" Des starts lying. Now she's pissed. She runs back over to Malolo and says, "What the fuck, Laurel? What the fuck you
Kellen does not
you
believe.
blew my game up."
Kellen does not believe Desiree at this
right,
time.
right.
She still doesn't believe her.
Yeah.
No, she doesn't.
You know.
Dom's doing his searching. He's talking to Laurel. He's talking
Yep.
to Kellen. He's getting his plan together. Wendell, we assume,
Right.
Dom talked to Wendell, and we assume that that everybody was kind of, Seabass got in line.
Wendell knows all.
Mike and Dom are together. Wendell's in on it.
No, Wendell. And
They're all together though. As far as those three guys, they're whether they know it or not.
Right.
Dominic and Wendell are tight.
Oh, they're very tight. Those two.
Mike is tight
Well, they don't want. There's no point
In
in
the
trying
mix.
to go after him right now.
in the
There's too
mix.
many. Yeah,
He's
there's-
in the mix.
Right.
there's too many threats. They can get him anytime.
But Kellen wants Mike
And
out.
at this point, Mike is a vote that you can. Hey, Mike, you want to stick around
He's
for
an
another
easy,
day?
Yeah.
Vote my
But
way.
Charlie's right. Charlie, there are certain people who want certain people out for sure, right? So
Right.
Kellen wants Michael out.
Right.
Des
Des
tonight
wants Kellen.
wanted Kellen out,
Yep.
and everybody's trying to grab a spot to get Dom and Wendell out, and then fill the vacuum immediately.
Right.
They
Everybody's
want that
getting in the
vacuum
food
spot.
line, and nobody wants to be at the end.
Right.
And they see, I think they also see, at this point in the game, they know Michael has no real power.
Right.
Dominic and Wendell are leading the pack.
Right.
That's the target, but it's too early to do anything about it because there's things that are going on in the game that
I don't think so. I think now's the time.
Yeah.
well,
yeah.
now,
That's the moment.
now would be the time.
Yeah.
Now would be the time
Seize the
if
moment.
the biggest thing that happened in this game is that we really saw the fact that Laurel is more than willing to work with Dominic at this point. And I think
Yes, she is.
you know, with Laurel being more so with Dominic and blowing up Dez's game, that's where you saw everything fall apart.
Well, Laurel,
That's- you know.
Laurel can
And that's where-
systematically pick away and get rid of all the girls, and then she's got Donathan and Michael and herself against the two,
And well, Dominic, yeah.
against Dominic and Wendell. I mean,
Sure, sure.
She would be the three Malolo against the two Navidi.
I think it would be the opposite. It would be Wendell, Dom, and Laurel versus the rest. She's not breaking off from those two guys, not yet. She's got to.
She
That's
might
her
break-
big move.
but
That's her
sh-
big move. Let's
yeah,
be honest.
she'll
That's her
break
big
off
move, and that's ain't.
and
That's
stick
not
with
happening.
Michael and Donathan.
Yeah, but that's not happening right now.
Not
That's not
now.
happening next
Not
week
now.
either. There's no way.
In a couple weeks, but I mean, she could stick tight with those two and systematically get rid of all of Dominic and Wendell's allies.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
then everybody that's left are her allies.
Yeah.
She's got Wendell.
Laurel
Or-
seems
I'm
like a
sorry,
real
Dawn.
smart girl. I
She
think
is.
she's looking towards the end.
Yeah.
I
Well, don't
mean-
forget Ange and Kellen are still out there. Ange is still
She could-
out there.
She could pick Angie
True,
off with
true,
Dominic. Dominic
true.
hates Angela.
Yeah.
Sure.
Yeah.
That's
Laurel could really run this game right now. I mean, do you see what I'm saying?
And Laurel's
she's got
she's
Michael
been
and
patient
Donathan.
too.
She's got
been
Michael
patient.
and Donathan, right?
Yeah.
And then if she can,
She's got
convince-
Dominic.
and she can convince
She's got Dominic.
If she's got Dominic, she's got Wendell. Then
She's got Dominic.
so then it's the five of them.
Yeah.
Five of them against the other five right now.
And I think we could see it shape up like that.
I
could
could.
see Dominic and Laurel kind of pulling together
Mhm.
without knowing it,
Well,
without
Dominic and
actually
Wendell better
saying
be
it to each
careful.
other.
They better
because-
be careful.
well, what
they,
you'll
they
see
don't
is-
want too many Malolo over Navides.
You'll see a couple of power players that don't recognize each other as power players. Dominic will pull in.
Well, you got 6 Navidi and
Wendell.
four Malolo left.
minority
Original.
always is the swing vote, though. You got to remember that.
Yes,
The
but
minority
you-
will always swing it.
It will. It will.
So
but
you guys are saying that Navidi is they're bound to split. We all know
Navidi's-
this, right?
they
So-
just there was a crack in the
Yeah.
armor right now.
They're-
They
right,
just
they're-
lost Dez.
Yeah.
They were 7 strong. They just lost Dez. Everybody turned around and
it's
stabbed her
chink
up
in the
because-
armor.
And and now you'll
did I say?
right. That's exactly what
I
you're
don't
going to
know,
see.
but it
Kink?
wasn't. Yeah, no.
It's exactly what you see it falling
Whatever.
apart right
a crack.
Yeah, crack in the armor.
now. A crack.
I said a crack in the armor. Is that wrong?
Yeah, it's chink in the armor.
Do you disagree?
No, I don't.
ESPN
He
does.
agrees.
There could be a
ESPN
chink in my armor anytime.
doesn't agree with that. That's okay.
No, I agree. It's chink.
Well, Des,
I mean, I've always heard it that way.
Yeah.
It's true.
Des, she had her mind in the right spot. It was a good move. It was a good move. It was
By
worth the
Des?
gamble. It was worth the gamble.
A good.
How
It was a good move.
How can you both say it's a good move?
because
She's the one
because
just got
she
voted
got
out.
voted out, sure,
That's
but
not a
it's
good move.
because
it would have paid off
The-
hugely.
But it didn't. So it's not a good move.
it was but the only reason it wasn't a good move is because she didn't realize
That she
Laurel didn't have her back.
What
she
I was
didn't.
sa-
She
yeah,
didn't realize.
It was
and,
worth
I mean,
the
she's
dice
thinking,
roll tonight. It
Yeah,
was worth the dice
she's
roll.
thinking, no problem. Laurel's got my back
Yeah.
for sure.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Why
Yeah.
not?
right.
Go for it. That's the only thing.
It was worth the dice roll tonight.
I
if you're going
guess.
to do it, I mean, she just did it. She
I
wanted
think
to.
I think Des went after the wrong.
She got impatient.
Yeah, she went after
Yeah,
the wrong.
she did
big
shake
Got
dog.
impatient. It
She
wasn't
shoulda kept
time.
Kellen around
She-
and
she-
went after
you know, her-
Wendell or Dominic.
her-
Those are the two you go after now if you're Des, I think. But, I mean, right now, Laurel she can kind of control Dominic and Wendell right now.
Yeah,
And say, hey,
I
you don't
agree.
get this.
I agree.
Chelsea wants you out.
Laurel's
Hey, Kellen
right.
wants you out. You better be careful.
Not anymore,
You
though.
got my vote.
Not
And I can-
anymore.
Hmm?
Nobody's going to trust Laurel now over there.
Oh,
She's
I don't
stuck
think
with
so.
Dom and Wendell, big time.
That's what I'm saying. She could
Well,
be with
it's
Dom and
but
Wendell.
it's out in the open now. It's out in the open. No, nobody's going to have secret meetings to get Wendell and Dominic out with Laurel there.
Not with Laurel
it's
standing
over.
there,
She's
right.
been exposed.
Well, you know, Michael.
Right.
Dez's move
Michael will
was
jump
premature,
right under
though.
that wing.
Yeah.
Michael will jump right under the Dominic and Wendell wing, and you got Laurel there. There's 4 right there.
Yeah.
That's 4 strong.
Yeah.
Michael's just
Yeah.
going along for the ride.
Right.
And Donathan is going to stay with 2 other original Malolos.
Sure.
And then Jenna.
with Laurel.
And then you got Jenna, the other one.
What are you drawing over there?
And Jenna's
my
forgotten
notes.
about. Yeah, he's got his
my
Freaking
notes.
stick figures and crap over
I know.
there.
I've seen eyeballs. What do you got going on
Yeah.
over there?
I'm drawing
Some
penises
cute
in
stuff.
Yeah.
Doug's mouth.
Wow.
Well,
Wow.
Some child.
Oh,
yeah,
my.
Some school stuff.
Yeah,
Wow.
childish school stuff. You know,
It's all right.
Doesn't go above, 5th grade over here.
real nonsense. That's
what it looks
that's
like.
The key. It's
I don't
real
know. What have you
nonsense.
been doing?
It's what
You
keeps
look
you
like
on
you're a
track.
news
It
anchor.
does.
It's what
I'm
keeps you on
doodling,
track.
and I'm staying on
That's
track.
what I mean. I think actually, if you're a good news anchor, those are the kind of things you probably do.
Mhm.
To be quite honest,
It is.
Like
It's a
Stevie
guess.
Wonder's
It's
been
just
drawing
a
on that
guess.
piece
Keeps me
of paper.
focused, and I got all my notes right over here. My
True.
bullet points.
That's
See
true.
why
Yeah, see,
I
he's
X'd
got his
everybody.
notes.
I know exactly
He's
what
got
the hell's
his
going
X's.
on. Hey, you
is
do
that an
you.
Overkill Underground symbol?
It is.
That's a nice
Yeah.
one.
You like
Yeah.
that?
I like
What
that. That's
is
a good
the
put
matter?
together. I like.
You do you. I'll do me.
Yeah. Okay. I don't want to do you.
You know, I gotta. Notice I'm wearing a Motorhead
Oh,
shirt.
here we go.
We see it.
I got a little
see it.
There
Motorhead
we
story.
go. All right.
You know, back in the day when
Right.
Lemmy is from Liverpool, and back in the day he was talking about the Beatles and the Stones, and he said, everybody always used to say that the Rolling Stones were the tough guys. No, the Rolling Stones, they were from the nice side of town. The Beatles, those were the tough guys. Did you know that?
No.
Yeah,
I've no-
I knew
yeah.
I knew you'd love that.
I
story
didn't know
'cause
you could do a British impression so well.
That's my Lemmy accent. It's my Lemmy
All
accent.
right.
I like it.
Yeah,
Not bad. Not bad.
gravelly voice.
Sounds like horse
It
crap.
needs a little more twang to it.
The ace of spades. The ace of spades.
Oh, I like that.
Yeah,
That's
see,
good.
I got it.
That's good.
like a WWE star or something.
But the Beatles were the badasses, not the Stones.
No,
I
they're
know you'd love to hear that. 'Cause you're
garbage.
such a Stones fan.
yeah.
The Beatles were the tough guys.
No, they weren't.
They
those
weren't.
haircuts. How could you walk around
Liar.
town with those haircuts?
Because they got in
To
a
be a
lot of
tough
fights.
guy.
They got a lot of fights.
What, with those cuts on? Of
Uh-huh.
course, they get their ass beat.
No, they didn't. They did a
Yeah.
lot of ass kicking. They were badasses. I'm telling you. Lemmy, what do you think? Lemmy's a liar? You calling Lemmy a liar?
Yes. Garbage.
Blasphemy.
Some guys from
Blasphemy.
overseas. I guess I could see it. I don't know. Who
No,
knows?
the Beatles were from the rough side of town.
That could
the
be.
Stones,
That could
who
be.
portrayed the bad boy image,
This ain't the
were from
Wu
good
Tang
side of
Clan
town.
or anything.
Yeah.
This is the Beatles.
The
with
Beatles
the-
did
with
seem
the-
a little
with the-
softer than the
They
Rolling
were softer,
Stones,
but they were from the rough side of town. They were
from the rough
they
side.
were they were the tough guys. They were the real tough guys, not the
Yeah.
Stones.
Okay. Right.
But I digress. Let's get
Yeah,
back to
you
Survivor. Let's get back to
Well,
Survivor.
we basically we end up at night 27,
Mm-hmm.
and we're sitting here at Tribal. The first thing that kind of gets put out there is the fact that Donathan is willing to tell the truth and get the ball rolling against Dez.
good
It's
for
easy
him.
when you have an
I
idol
mean,
in your
Yeah,
pocket.
he's finally
And-
spoke up, the little mouse.
Right.
Well, and Donathan hasn't played a bad game. He's
Yeah.
befriended everybody, and he's put himself out there
As an honest person.
as an honest person
Yeah.
and somebody who's playing the game but doesn't have to be ruthless to do it.
No, he's not.
Yeah.
He's gained
Yeah.
loyalty.
Respect. He
Right.
did.
Right.
He's gained loyalty,
Right.
and I think that's kind of what Donathan's game is right now.
It sure is.
But then Desiree, she turns around, she tries to put out Laurel,
Mm-hmm.
like Laurel is the liar.
Mhm.
Laurel's the
Who,
liar.
who are
Yeah.
you going to believe now?
Right.
You got two
Laurel
people-
Laurel made up the story to throw me under the bus.
Mm-hmm.
The
The liar
to
coming
break up
right
the
out right off
Navidi.
the bat.
lies
Yeah.
the lies
To
are
break up
hard
the
to
Navidi.
control, and it was right. But the lies are hard to control, especially at this point
Yeah.
when you're already sitting at Tribal.
And you got two people
It's
calling
clear
you
as
out.
day, right? You got two people calling
there
you out,
was
then you
4
have three
people that-
calling,
And
right?
then
then you-
Michael starts saying,
and
wait a
then
second.
Mike,
yeah, you
wait,
came
I-
over
right,
and
I
started
was
yelling
sitting
at
there.
her.
Right,
Yeah.
I was sitting there. I heard things
Yeah.
getting.
Yeah.
it
Wendell didn't
seemed
catch the
heated.
whole story. He just caught the tail
Right.
end, but
Right.
he saw what was going on.
Yeah.
That's why he walked over.
Yep.
Let's face it. He might have not have heard anything, but he walked over for a reason.
Mm-hmm.
Not to
Well,
pick up a couple of
right.
sticks. to
And he's
build a fire.
I'm not catching the context of this conversation, so I'll just kind of stand here and not really listen, but listen.
Right.
Yeah.
So he obviously he
At
gained.
Tribal, I mean, what you saw, did you, when you're looking at everybody there, Dominic says, man, everybody's got to, you can't tell who's telling the truth.
Right.
I'm sorry. I mean, it looked
Pretty obvious.
obvious to me. I
Yeah.
mean,
Yeah.
when one person's calm and relaxed and just calling the other person out and the other person's freaking out, the person who's freaking out is usually the one that's
Trying to
Yeah.
defend something.
Defend
guard
themselves.
themselves.
Right.
Right.
They're putting a guard up.
trust
And
me, I've caught many of a girlfriend cheating on me, and usually when they are, that's how they
the
react.
guard goes up.
Mhm.
Yeah,
That's
they
why
start
you're the
bitch-
professor.
They start bitching and screaming at me.
Mhm,
It's
sure.
like, well, geez, oh man,
Well, I'm the one in the wrong now.
yeah,
Right.
I'm in the wrong because
Yeah.
your breath smells like cock.
Here we go. Here we go. Yeah. Yeah.
But I mean, seriously, a liar usually panics.
It's
Makes the
too
first
easy to point them
accusation.
out. They're
Right.
the
The
ones.
liar makes the
when
first
you
They're the
lie.
ones
accusation.
that throwing them other people under the bus
Right.
as
They start
fast as they
panicking.
can. Right.
They start panicking.
They'll
and
reach.
and the
They'll
biggest
reach for
panic-
anything they can.
the biggest panic was right at the end when she says, "Let's go. Let's vote now."
Yeah,
It's
I don't
time
want to
vote.
talk about
Yeah,
it.
I don't
Yeah.
want
right.
to talk
You want it
anymore.
right. Let's
I-
do this thing.
I said the last thing. No, I don't want anybody else to talk. Let's
Nope.
vote now.
Yeah.
And that was, I mean, she just pretty much cut her own
That
throat.
was that was right.
She
She's
did.
out.
It's a good observation
You know.
because that is kind of a dead giveaway. When
Wasted-
we're like, okay,
Yeah.
let's go to vote.
I guess
I don't want to
it's-
hear nothing more about
It's
it.
easy to say that because we saw all the behind stuff and what happened. But honestly, I think I can see through liars.
I would
And
think-
obviously Kellen could too because she said I trust my gut over everything.
That's what I was going to
and
say.
she
I
voted
think it
Des
was.
out.
I think it was decently obvious at the end because no, you're absolutely
You're a
right.
dick.
Kellen's the one that picked it out, right? I mean, because if she hadn't, she wouldn't have voted
Yeah.
for Des.
Yeah. Okay. Let me add that too to this.
He's adding it.
This scribble crap you
He's
got right
adding
here.
it.
If you would see this. Look at this. Look at
Put
this
it- where is that
crap.
here?
Look
What
at this
is that?
crap right here. It's you said you made a statement and then you just drew like a squiggle line, like you're reporting on Trump or something.
Like Ted Baxter
The
imitation.
press room
Yeah,
out here.
yeah.
This
That'll
is
be
Ted
that'll
Baxter.
be right. Yeah,
Signing
I
out.
can't get over this.
that'll be
It's
next
so
week. That'll be
weird.
next week.
What are you doing?
We'll get into that.
Don't
right.
worry, I got my Next week's.
Okay, yeah.
Paper
Draw
route.
some
That'll be
crap
next
on
week.
that.
Is that a monkey?
Sure.
What in the world?
Somebody drew a monkey. I'm going to add on to that.
Yeah. Just squiggle on it.
I like it. We'll go for it. Sure.
Well, Dez,
That pretty much. I mean, honestly, that wraps it up because
she
Des,
blew it.
Yeah.
she threw herself under the bus at some point in time during her rant, and Angela was left with no vote. 2 people voted for Michael. I would assume Des, maybe Chelsea. I should have been maybe paying more attention, but
yeah, we should have been paying a little bit more attention on who voted. But, I mean, I think we're all pretty happy that the fact that it was Dez that got voted out opposed to Michael, because Michael's been a hell of a player. The
He's
movie
been
made last week, I'd hate to see him go home this week.
Yeah, right.
No,
And
I
I'm-
agree.
I'm really
I
glad
agree.
to see the target off his back. I like the game Angela is playing, even though she had no vote. She was in Ghost Island, Ghost Island.
Yeah.
I like her game. I don't see where Dez really thought Kellen was playing such a great game. I mean, it was okay.
Yeah.
If I was in the jury, I wouldn't say she's somebody I would worry
Yeah,
about.
right.
No, I
Well,
agree. Kellen's she's been reacting on emotion.
Yeah,
You know, I mean, she's
I
been
think-
riding. She hasn't been the spotlight to be voted out. I mean, she doesn't
Right.
have a target on her back. She's feeling comfortable, and she's kind of showing it.
I think
Yeah.
he really-
Now, when somebody points out the fact Des wants you out, she's like, "Psh, "That's my girl."
yeah, my girl doesn't want me out.
You know.
Yeah.
So, but she figured it out
Yeah.
by the end. She
She sure
voted
did.
Des, and
depends.
Um,
I wonder if Des will hold a grudge there for that jury vote.
No,
you
she
know?
won't.
You think
No,
she'll
she
play
won't.
it honest? Do you think she'll vote it honest?
I think she will.
Yeah. It's
Uh,
possible.
yeah, I think
it's just like the you arrest 3 people for a bank robber, and you know who the guilty man is. You can tell in the morning. They said it in the movie Usual Suspects. The guilty party is the one who's sleeping, because once you're caught, you let your guard down. The other 2 people are innocent.
they're coming up with whatever
they're-
they're trying to
they're
remember
innocent.
everything.
They're innocent, so they're wide awake, going, "What the fuck am I doing here?" But
Why?
the
Yeah,
guilty
they're
party
asking
knows
why.
they're caught,
They know why.
and their guard's down. And
they
they're
know
down.
why.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So-
Write that down.
So I,
Yeah.
so
that
I
down.
really think Des is not going to hold a grudge. Really,
Yeah.
she
Sure.
may hold one against
Sure, sure.
She may
Yeah, I
hold
can
one
see
against
that. I
Lauren,
can see that.
but she's not
Laurel,
going to hold.
yeah.
She's not going to hold one against Kellen or
So,
Dominic or
so
anybody else.
you would agree with me then? The cream, the crop is we're starting to see it.
I think so.
Rise here. We're starting.
This is where the game begins.
Yeah,
to
we're starting to
Absolutely.
see the
kinda
best
shine through.
players.
We're gonna see
emerge,
the
yeah.
next 2. The next 2 players you see are gonna be maybe some of the weaker, maybe 3. I could go as far as 3. The next 2 or 3 players, those are going to be the last of the
well,
weakest
we got
players.
10. We got
Everybody
10
else.
now. 10 are
No,
gone.
right.
We got
Once
10 gone.
Right.
10
Once you're
there.
down to
3 in the
7
jury.
players, once you get down to 7 players, that's where you're really going to
There
start.
ain't nowhere to
see
hide on
those
the
are
beach.
the strongest, mentally strongest
Mm.
people in the game. It doesn't exactly take the most physical player in this game.
No.
Well, that's the beauty of it.
And that is the beauty of Survivor, is
Yeah.
knowing that, thinking
I'll tell you
10
what,
steps ahead
You got to be cool.
and having the mental strategy, the patience.
Patience. is
It's a lot
key.
of yeah, there's a lot to it in the game. And next week we basically see 2 people are getting voted out.
Yeah, good.
So that's
Moving
kind of
this along.
yes.
that's kind of a crazy little happening.
yes. June is approaching. We've got to wrap it up.
That'll be episode 10.
Then we'll be down to 8 after next week.
And then we'll be down to 8.
Mhm.
So like I said, the next 2 people, maybe that's, kind of what we're getting at, is the next 2 people are going to move this thing into the next round, where you
Yeah.
actually see the power players
Yeah.
really come out.
The power alliances start to split and
the
stuff.
real,
yeah.
the
duos.
big splits.
Wendell Dom. I'm waiting for that matchup.
That's not going to split up for a while.
Yeah. Well, I'm still waiting.
I'll wait for
You've
the
got to
final
strike the.
5.
You've got to strike the iron. You just got to know when it's hot enough.
And
You know.
I'd say final 5.
good
6
possibility
6 or
we
5
see
you're
that
gonna
with
go
2
after.
votes next episode. Good possibility we see that next week.
Right.
So we'll move into that next week. It'll be episode 10,
Yeah. I hope everybody comes back and joins us.
and
Maybe
so come on back.
I'll drop some more curse words.
Yeah. Draw some
Lance
more.
will be
whatever you're
I'll
drawing.
doodle
Our
over
some
there.
designated Professor Sailor.
Yes.
We'll
Oh.
show some more doodles.
Yes.
I'll doodle more. I'll curse
We'll
more. I'll
talk,
tell jokes.
a couple. Yeah, we'll do some jokes for you guys.
Yeah, talk about the Beatles or whatever.
If
crap you
anybody
were
ever
talking
makes
about.
it to if you can make it past the first 10 minutes, you'll enjoy the other
Yeah,
30.
yeah.
You
Yeah,
really
it's
will. You'll love the
classic.
last 30. For sure. It's almost hard to pull yourself away
Yeah.
after the first 10.
Yeah.
Right.
You just got to make it through the first 10.
Yeah.
Maybe you should say that at the beginning of the
I'll-
next
I'll-
Yeah,
episode.
right.
I'll
'Cause if you're
notify-
watching this now, you already know that.
That's a good
Right.
idea. That's a good
Right.
idea.
Yeah.
I'll notify the audience next time.
Right.
Listen, within the first minute of the show, we'll just make sure we make the disclaimer.
Right.
If you get past the first 10 minutes of the show, the last 20,
Right.
30 minutes of the show will be ridiculous.
Yes.
Yeah, you'll
You'll
laugh
love
your
every
dick off.
second. Yeah,
You
you'll
already
love
know
it.
that.
Right.
Just you're still
yeah,
here.
Lance will be dropping curse words, telling
F-bombs,
stories about strippers.
drawing
It'll
kitty
be great.
cats.
It'll be great. So we'll enter into episode 10 next week, guys. Do join us again here. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and we'll see you guys then. Peace.